Hey guys, it's Iblis here, the Baron's Finest, getting you guys a regional report actually of the Clown Blade list. I wound up taking to the Indy Regional. As you can tell by the title, I wound up getting 73rd place out of 300 plus people. I wound up doing alright. I wasn't particularly pleased with how my day wound up ending, but I was close. I was in the top tables actually for a good few rounds, so that was actually really exciting for me. I've never actually been at those tables. I've been at table one once, and I was at table I was in the top 8 tables for 3 rounds, I think it was. So that was actually really cool for me. I'm at least proud I did that well. I didn't even really super craft this list. This was a list that I edited the night before the regional, and didn't really super account for the meta. I didn't know how a lot of my matchups were going to go down in the meta, but I would say I played pretty well to my abilities. I actually don't even think I profiled regular Clown Blade on this channel, but I wound up playing Clown Blade. I was pretty proud of what I did. I liked my list. I felt like it could have definitely been improved, absolutely. But I wound up doing what I thought I was gonna do well, and that was just play this deck. I was running on 2 hours of sleep the entire day, two and a half. So I did make some misplays in some rounds, but I'm going to be doing a regional report for you guys and a deck profile. So without further ado, let's go ahead and actually get started. And don't knock over the tripod. Go me. Alright. So I wound up playing Clown Blade, not Pepe. I didn't have all the materials for Pepe, so I'll be profiling that in the future. But without further ado, let's go and get started. So to begin, we played 3 Heroic Challenger Assault Halberd. Assault Halberd was actually really good throughout the day. This card was relevant in almost every matchup outside the Cosmo matchup. But that was just a complete blowout for me. This card does work. I love this card. Assault Halberd's my baby. I absolutely love the card. Double Juraghetto. This is another card I'm really fond of. The 1,000 life points came in so clutch throughout the day. I was barely living so many times, but because I gained the 1,000 so early on from Juraghetto, I could make plays. I could trick clown, do trick clown combos. I could run over. I prevented my opponent from running over my threats. So this card to me was absolutely great all day. I loved it. Triple Trick Clown, the star of the deck. I started one out fairly often, but I liked the 3 for the game 1. It was great. This card actually came in really clutch. One Zephyros. This card, I like this card still. I don't care if people say, oh, we don't have chains, so Zephyros is bad. Yes, it is another normal summon you have to deal with, but you do have 2 real ways to dump. Plus, you have a lot of combo pieces that summon from hand or get cards out of your hand, so it was fine. Zephyros was so good. I loved it. Triple Trick or Damage Juggler. This card. Oh my god, this card. I feel like if they have to hit a Perform Mage, it has to be this one. This card is nutty. This card. The fact that it's a searcher. The fact that it's a searcher for no reason. I don't get why this card searches. There is no reason for this card to search. You fish for whatever you want out of your deck, and then you just go off. And then we have the 3 Gigabyte. This is my reptile target. I didn't play Mass Chameleon or anything else. I didn't play Part Naga or Lizard Draw because I'm not playing the Pendulum route. So I put the triple Gigabyte. A lot of people question why I play triple over double, but I love this card as a combo piece. I like to drop this card multiple times, and I want to get the double surge off the, the King of the Feral Imps. A lot of people, question it, but I think it's really good. It's like playing triple Kageto Kage in Gadgets, in my opinion. It's something you just want to do. Yes, you can only control 1, but so what? Plus, if you have to set this first turn, and they kill it, you float into this. Nefarious Archfiend Eater. This was my boy. Archfiend Eater came through for me. It actually came through for me in my round 4, I believe. Was it round 4? Was it round... yeah, my round 4. This card was actually the reason I won my round 4 matchup. And for and 2 of my other one of level 4s, I played 1 Goblinderberg and 1,000 Blades. They're both Rota targets. Granted, you don't really want to Rota for 1,000 Blades, but I did open the 1 pretty often. And Goblinderberg was also a combo maker. It did make me a good amount of plays, so I was happy to play the Goblinderberg. And I did side it out a lot, but yeah. Also, I need to brag because this is a Starfoil Goblinderberg, and it barely shows up in the sleeve, which I absolutely hated, but still, it was really good. 2 of my other Perform Mages were 2 Hat Tricker, which was actually rounds up my Clown lineup. I said I went out kind of often, about every other round I want to say it was, just because I didn't feel like I needed it, but Hat Tricker was also really good. I do admit I love the card. one Mathematician. You want to dump certain combo pieces, and I guess I'm going into non-level 4s, which there are a total of 4 of. But one Math was really good. I never sided it out. It was a great card all day. Just a free Foolish. Like, it was my second Foolish of the deck. So, I absolutely loved it. One Ghost Ogre. This was a filler, and I had no idea what else to put in. But Ghost Ogre was also really good. I like the Ghost Ogre. It gave me a hand trap to draw into for, I guess, my last 2 cards, which are Double Max C. Ghost Ogre was alright. I didn't mind it. I'm going to sound really bad when I say this, but I did not know Ghost Ogre worked on summon effects. I never knew that until this regional. A bunch of people told me that after my round 4 where it mattered, and I never actually knew Ghost Ogre worked that way. I will be honest, I've never known that ruling until this regional, so learning that was really cool, and I'm happy I learned it. It actually was the only reason I learned. Like, I eventually learned it, and like it helped me in future rounds, but yeah, Ghost Ogre is great. And I guess to comment on this card, because I've heard debate about this card, this format, Maxi, I am so 50-50 on this card. It's alright against Cosmo. It's not good against Magispector. Well, I don't think it's good against Magispector. It's not good at all against Infernoid. Against Pepe, I like it a lot, because they have to special summon multiple times, and I'd probably like treat it as a sideboard card. But I feel like that's what this card is not. It's not a main board card anymore, it's a sideboard card. At least until probably the meta develops a bit more. But that's it for the monsters. There's a ton of them. I actually don't remember the exact count. Hold on. There's 24 monsters on the main board. The deck is in even 40, by the way. For these spells, we play the 1 Raigeki, the 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Book of Moon. We want to keep just like these over to get these all in frame. 1 Reinforcement of the Army, and the 1 Instant Fusion. These 5 are great. I liked all 5. I know some people are kind of like in the fence of Raigeki right now, but I felt like I needed it because I didn't know how my Cosmo matchup was going to go down. So I wanted outs of things. Everything else was fine. I didn't mind the 1 Instant Fusion. I saw it enough, and I didn't really focus on making Emerald plays. So that's why I didn't bother playing multiple Instant Fusion, and I didn't play multiple Emerald to get back the multiple Nordens. And I didn't play multiple Nordens in my extra. And then for my 2 of spells, I played double MST and double Dark Hole. I was admittedly really afraid of Cosmo and Infernoid, because I felt like those were going to be 2 really hard matchups, so I played the double Dark Hole, and I felt like I didn't know exactly how relevant back row was going to be this regional, plus I wanted MSTs for both Pepe and Magispector to hit their scales, so that's why I played those, and they were fine. I almost wish I played the 3rd MST at times, just because I wished I saw it in my Magispector round, which I'll talk about, but it is what it is, and Yu-Gi-Oh's Yu-Gi-Oh, but those were fine. And for traps, the 1 Breakthrough Skill, which is the trap I liked the least out of the day. I didn't like this card all day. I might cut it, but I'll have to see. Probably gonna cut it though, just because I feel like the card's whatever. A lot of people tell me they love the card this format. I'm just like, I see it, but I don't like it. The 1 Bottomless, the 1 Vanity's Emptiness. This card, oh my god, Emptiness. I regret not playing this sooner. I actually haven't played with this card in so long, just because of how I've been building and playing the game, but Emptiness was clutch, and it was clutch both for me and against me, and I'll talk about that when I actually get into my matchups. Double Breakthroughs, double Breakthrough Skill, double Fiendish Chain. I don't actually think I drew these. I drew it like a couple times. I think I like only drew in like 1 or 2 rounds. It didn't really do a whole lot for me. Oop. Don't want to hit my camera. And then the last card was double Mirror Force, just because I wanted like battle stoppers. Mirror Force was good. I loved it all day. For the extra deck, here we go. For the extra, we wound up playing a basic 15 lineup of the. Oh, and I should mention the main board's 40. We played the 1 Norden. I was debating about playing a 2nd Norden, but since I only played the 1 Instant Fusion and I didn't really felt like it had room, I was fine with the 1. So 1 Norden, 1 Rhapsody. This card is so good. I made this throughout the day. Just poke out problems in the grave. Polka Infernoid names. What else is there? Like, and not to mention the 12k boost is relevant. My homeboy, Diamond Crab King. I love Diamond Crab King. This card is good. It outs a lot. It does crash into Dark Destroyer, so that was pretty good. Ptolemaeus. Honestly, this was a really weak card. I didn't really want to make it. And I regretted not playing Pleiades, which I'll talk about, like what I would cut for it. But, I don't know. Ptolemaeus was alright. And I played the Ptolemaeus for the Diamond, which I'll talk about, but it was kind of just whatever. I didn't really, like, care for it a whole lot. One Abyss Dweller. Oh my god, Dweller was so good. This was actually a last-minute decision. I was debating about playing Diamond Direwolf for Dweller, because I felt like with everything else I had to play it. But I decided on Dweller. Oh my god, Dweller was so clutch, like, in my first few rounds. And the card came through. One Digesto Emerald. I love this card. This card's my bae. Another card that was actually extremely my bae, and probably one of the MVPs of the day. If not, like, did I say this is the MVP of the day? That was so like one of this is like probably one of the MVPs of the extra deck. Gaga Samurai. Oh my god, Samurai! Nobody knew what this card did, but it's a Blade Armor Ninja that's so good. Everybody was trying to just gun this thing down. I did make some bad aggro plays with this card, but I still loved playing it throughout the entire day. It was a game winner. Not to mention, I think I did it like once or twice, but when you go Rhapsody into Samurai, after you and then make with the Tom Blade combo, you make the Samurai, detach 1,000 blades, detach the 2 off of, or you'll detach at least 1 off this to get the Trick Clone proc off. Equip the Rhapsody onto the Samurai. This is swinging for 62 direct. It is absolutely insane. I love the combo so much. So the one Samurai came in absolutely clutch. Double Castell. This is another thing I was debating about not doing in place over the Diamond Direwolf. But that Castell came through. I love the Double Castell. I actually really like it in Clown Blade. Especially now that we don't have Exciton. That Double Castell. Double Castell is really good. I loved it. I do regret not playing the Diamond Direwolf, actually, and there are 2 cards I'm going to mention that I'm kind of iffy about. And 1 card I know I'm cutting in this extra, I just haven't done it yet. 1101, which was another really good card of the day. Just take dudes, and it gave me a lot of protection. I loved the 101. Plus 101, and when my opponent went 101 first is actually really cool. I didn't play a lot of people who played. I think I actually played one person who played double 101 just because he was on the semi-budget, I believe. This is my round 4. I'm pretty sure it's my round 4, and he was playing double 101. One King of the Feral Imps. This card is so important. In both Pepe and Clown Blade, this card is absolutely vital to play. It's your best first turn. This card is absolutely insane. Dark Rebellion. I wanted a big dude, and that's simply it. And I got my big dude. I love my big dude. And then the next card, which is I know everyone's going to question me for hating this card. I absolutely hated the next card. And everyone's going to be I remember telling people that I hated this card. And I never made it. It's it's the only card I never, I take that back. It's one of 2 cards I never made throughout the entire day. And that is Trapeze Magician. I hate this card. Absolutely hate this card. If this card did not need 2 spellcasters, I'd absolutely love this card. I love it in Pepe. I love it in the Pendulum build, Pepe, or just any Pendulum build. God, I hate it in Clown Blade. It is so not good in Clown Blade. It was the worst decision. I'm cutting this immediately. This card never came out once. I never had the chance to make it. I didn't want to make it. It was a waste of an extra deck spot. I hated this card. I wish I was playing anything else. Diamond Direwolf, Pleiades, even Durandal. No, this card is not good. Don't play it in regular Clown Blade, guys. Play something else. Play a better card. And then a card that I made a good meta call but never had the real chance to make it was Masquerade. I wish I had the chance to make this. I really wanted the chance to make this so bad, but it never came up. I didn't have the ability to make Masquerade, so I just straight up couldn't. But I don't regret playing it. I wish I actually could have made it. And then Diamond. I made it once or twice. Granted, it was more so just for the body, but it wasn't bad. I would keep it, but I'm probably also going to move these two to the sideboard somewhere, or I'm going to be actually mainboarding the Pleiades. I'm doing something to that degree. Also, actually, in another card I would probably cut the trapeze for is Deltaros. Like, just, no, this card. I hate this card. No, I hate it. Alright, end rant. For the sideboard, sideboard was more so my side, like, end of last format when Dimensions of Chaos dropped. I played the second Ghost Ogre. I sided it in once or twice. I didn't really side it in a lot, but I did get more use out of it compared to my last regional. Which actually, I should mention, I went to a regional like a month and a half ago with Ritual Beast, but it was like about the exact same build that I played. And I wasn't particularly like, pleased with how I did, so I didn't bother doing that. Or like profiling it or doing a regional report or anything. So, that was whatever. But I did play against Jeff Jones' boyfriend, and I beat him in a set. He's playing Clown Necros. But anyways, I'm getting off track. Hashtag humble brag. But yeah. Ghost Ogre, I like the second. Another card I was actually really fond of was Archfiend Eccentric. You might argue why I played this when I wasn't like playing the Pendulum build. I wasn't playing Wavering Eyes or anything like that. I just like the option of this card. I like the fact that it's either an Exiled Force or MST, depending on what you want. And I just think overall it's a good card. So, I liked it. Double Retaliating Sea. This card, oh my god, this card. I want this card I want this card hollow, preferably super. But I have a feeling it might be in like an ulti, like in an Astral Pack equivalent or so. But Retaliating Sea was so good. Like, at least on paper, I think about it. Actually thinking about it, did I even set this card in? Wow, I just praised the card for no reason. I was thinking in my last regional, actually. Jeez, I feel stupid. But, I mean, I was afraid of Infernoid, so I did set this in. I just feel incredibly stupid now, and I wish I could edit that out. But I'm just going to upload this live and let people laugh at me. But, double retaliating. I set this in, and then I liked it on paper, but I never drew it in my one Infernoid matchup. I also cited the Commandant as my last monster. Commandant was pretty good. I mean, I never really drew it, but it was good on paper because I also cited these for the double Necro Valley. Necro Valley, oh my god, I love Necro Valley. This card. I think this card is a really strong card this format. I absolutely love Necro Valley. I mean, it messed with a lot of my opponents because they didn't know how to play around it. They couldn't out it, and I was just like, alright, cool, I can do my own thing. The only card it really conflicts with, honestly, is Damage Juggler. Like, it doesn't really conflict a whole lot with anything else. Like, you get to still make all of your plays. Everything still works the way it does. So, Necro Valley was just fine. A card I was debating about maining, but decided to sideboard it just because of the Cosmo matchup. And I don't remember what else I was, like, not wanting to main this for. But Grand Horn to Heaven. I sided this in about, like, almost every round. And I drew it once. And now I got decreed that turn. So this card really, like, I have no opinion of this card yet. It just didn't come through for me. Double Royal Decree. This is a card that I actually liked. I wasn't super trap heavy, so I felt like I could side the decrees. Plus, I did do, I guess, theoretically counter setting it myself, where like I would side in traps along with siding decree. But decree worked out. I like the decrees. Double Mistake. These could have been Mistaken Arrest, but I was fine with Mistake. I actually preferred it to be Mistake over Mistaken Arrest outside one particular instance, but I still won that round anyways. Actually, I guess there were two instances where I would prefer this to be Mistaken Arrest, but Mistake was good. I like this card. And then the last card, which I never resolved it, was Storming Mirror Force. I sided this in a decent bit. Actually, this came through for me once. In my first round, actually, if I remember right, but no, 2 rounds. But yeah, Storming was really good. Let's go ahead and get you guys a little bit of something to look at, I guess, while I just ramble about my rounds. Who do I... And yeah, look at you. You'll be the third one. So, my rounds are pretty basic for how my day went. Let's get this There we go, perfect. So it was a 9-round day, and I started off the day really strong. Round 1, I wanted to play against BA. I felt this deck was gonna be a lot more relevant, and there were a fair amount of BA players. I remember like seeing one BA player like knock a dude out of his invite next to me. And God, that like the opponent of the BA player was the saltiest dude I had ever seen. Like he called Judge on decking, but besides the point, because I'm getting off track. I wound up 2-0ing BA. That was a pretty easy matchup. I mean, we both agreed to side out emptiness, so that was really cool. I mean, I was okay with it. And, yeah, it was just like, alright, I kind of had this under lockdown. I mean, awkwardly enough, considering I usually hate playing the BA matchup. Round 2, I played against Gradle Kaiju, which was something I wasn't expecting, but I knew I was going to play like at least some rogue throughout the day, because it's a regional. That was a 2-0, but that was a weird matchup. I don't want to say difficult, but it was weird because I had to keep killing off my own dudes, like after like I killed something of his, and not to mention I was like, oh, I'd usually just run into his Gradles, dark hold the board end turn, and I admit like the Regeki double dark hold is actually super clutch in that matchup. Round 3 at table 1, I played against Yang Zing. This is actually the first guy to take me to game 3, and I should mention I had 2 other Gradle Kaiju player. The Yang Zing kid, he misplayed twice, but they weren't super big misplays, I don't believe. One time he said he really misplayed and that cost him the round. But game 3 was an absolute blowout. I had Decree like on his 4-set back row supply squad. I had Castell, Samurai, Dweller, Imps, like within my first 2 turns. I went first just so I could shove him behind. And, like, Dweller was a blowout. He couldn't do anything under my Decree. And I just immediately scooped game 2 because he made, he had first turn Yahtzee with, Bion and Bixi, so I didn't have any outs to it. And I didn't really have any rank 4 plays or anything. Like, I had no outs, like, because, you know, Exciton's banned. Round 4, I put against Harpy. This was actually this is a really big tug of war matchup, actually. The dude was kind of known, like, at that point, because he was, like, the undefeated Harpy player, and everyone was talking about him. I wound up winning game 1. Like, game 1 was a pretty big tug of war. Game 2, I was upset, because he picked, like, no, I lost game 1, that's right. I lost game 1 to a, Harpy Queen Pikeman's Pick. It's a card that's like you gain 300 attack for every monster with the same name as it in your grave. So that was a really obscure card, and I had never seen it before. But I mean, it won in the game. I would have won otherwise because his life was really that low. But I wound up winning after that, and that was actually where Dweller was one of the rounds that came in because I would keep Dwellering him when I swung with his Harpist, so he couldn't do anything. Round 5, I played against Pepe. That was a god-awful matchup. I had to deal with, like, a first turn, like, an early game Spark emptiness, and I never drew an out to the emptiness, and then game 2, I opened, like, the perfect back row for the matchup, and then he decrees me, and then just goes ham and OTKs me. And so that really sucked. Round 6, I played against Infernoid. That was a 2-0. I had to keep playing bad just to try and prevent him from finishing my stuff, because he kept hitting names and everything. He never hit, like, a reasoning, but it was such a hard matchup. Like, I could not afford to, like, make super good plays, because I couldn't afford to let cards get banished. So I had to keep making suboptimal plays, and I hated that round. Round 7, I played against Cosmo. Actually, I won game 3 against Cosmo. I wound up, winning game 1, and then no, I lost game 1. I took game 2. I don't remember how. I thought this was a 2-0, but apparently it wasn't. So, yeah. I mean, I played against Cosmo. I lost to it. I couldn't out Dark Destroyer. Game 3, I remember he had like 3 or 4 ships, and I was like, all right, I can't out this. Round 8, I 2-0'd Pepe. Which, honestly, I'm not sure if he was new to the deck and didn't know it, or, like, what the deal was, but it was a pretty easy matchup. Game 2 was actually really close. I barely clutched it. But I wound up, like, messing with his scales, like, at a late point in the game, because Clutch Castell was Clutch Castell. So that was actually pretty cool. And then round 9, I played against Magispector, meaning Moon Mirror Shield. Honestly, like, if you were X3, like, the dude was a little bit cocky. Kind of came off like, why do you have expensive cards if I was at the skill level I was? Buddy, you were playing Magispector with Moon Mirror Shield. I don't want to hear it. And, you know, you got your invite, I suppose, and I didn't, but to be fair, you went X3 like me, so it's whatever. But, yeah, I wound up going X4. I was X3 throughout the entire day. I was 4-0 first 4 rounds. Then I lost 3 in a row. Won round 8, lost round 9. So I was really sad also because on round 9 I was at table 24, which meant if I won that round, I was guaranteed my invite. But that didn't happen because I lost a Magispector meaning Moon Mirror Shield. But considering I also went into this regional not expecting to do well at all, and yet I almost got my invite, I'm pretty cool with it. One day I'll get it, guys. One day. I'll do it. I promise you I'll do it. But I figured that I was almost even going to just dig around and play Speedrun at this regional. I also wound up doing the best out of my group, actually, aside from like one of my other friends. Shoutouts to my friend Sean, by the way. He wound up getting 21st at that regional with Heroes. So that was actually really cool. I'm proud of you, Sean. You did good. But yeah, I want to play... I just felt like Clown Blade was going to be my best bet if I wanted to try. And I somewhat tried, but I didn't get enough playtesting in. But yeah, that's going to do it for this deck profile, guys, I guess. I don't really have a whole lot else to say. I'm kind of just rambling at this point. I'll be doing some Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vanguard deck profiles. But yeah, I'm going to be testing Pepe. Also, I actually guess I should mention this because I know some people are going to be curious about this. Pepe actually versus Clown Blade. I actually believe Clown Blade's a bit of a better deck compared to Pepe, to be completely honest with you guys. I feel like it's kind of like, in a sense, comparing Shaddoll like, to BA. Where it's like, if you shut down Pepe's resources, that deck loses. Like, because they overlay with their pendulum, so they don't get to go back. But, like, with BA, like, I almost would say, like, this is BA comparing Pepe to Shaddoll. Because, like, with this deck, it's like, alright, if I overlay with my dudes, I'm going to get my dudes back, or they're going to float me, or I, like, get resources somewhere in the process. With Pepe, you don't really build resources, you just build, like, a hyper-aggro play. And it's like, the instant, like, that gets shut down, you lose. In Pepe, but, like, with this, it's like, if you get shut down, it's like, alright, I can eventually do something again in, like, a turn or two. Because of the resources you build up. And I feel like this deck is more consistent than Pepe, but Pepe is a way more explosive deck. So whether you want to play Pepe or Clown Blade is up to you. Plus, this deck is also cheaper, guys. I'm letting you know that right now. Clown Blade's a lot cheaper than Pepe. But, yeah, that's, I guess, the difference between that. I'm still going to try Pepe out, though, for myself, because I never actually played Pepe at this point. I tried a build, and I didn't like it, but I didn't know what I was fully doing with the deck. But, yeah, I guess that's actually going to do it for real this time, guys. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. Wound up going 5-4, so it's whatever. I almost had an invite. I'll eventually get it. But that's going to do it for now, guys. And until next time, peace.